Hey there, YouTubers. So today we're going to look at the new desoldering iron I got from Banggood.com, the SY365-8. I haven't opened it yet, so let's take a look. Put a sticker on it. Alright, so in the package we have a clearing tool and a soldering tip. And there's the tool itself. So it should heat up like a regular soldering iron, and then it has this end in it. So that is supposed to suck the solder off. So let's give it a try. Nice that it has that on it. Take off the plug, so it's just a standard American / Canadian plug. I use this stand just to keep it from burning the table. I'm at my university lab to film this before class. Now this does say on here that it's 220 volts, 50 hertz, 36 watts. So we'll see if it actually gets hot enough or not here in Canada. And to test it, I have this little scope that I bought that you're supposed to solder the pins onto, and before I looked at it too closely, I rushed ahead and soldered these on the wrong side. It's supposed to be pushing this way. The scope still works fine, but what I want to do now is try and desolder these pins here and on this side so I can flip it over. So I'm going to stop the video while this is heating up and see if I can get this zoomed in nice so we can see it. Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes. Let's see if this has actually gotten hot or not. Not sure if it's actually getting hot enough to melt solder or not. Let's see if I can find a piece of solder. Alright, so here's a piece of solder. Let's see if it's hot enough to melt that. Nope. Not at all. Well, there you go. 220 volt will not work on 110 volts. Needs to have some circuitry built for it. So I'll come back after I get that done. Welcome back, everybody. You may recall that we were looking at my new desoldering iron from Banggood.com. This one here. And we had the unfortunate discovery that it's a 220 volt part. And as you can see here, if I measure the voltage, I'm getting 117.7 here in Canada. So I looked online, found out you can get voltage adapters, but they're about $40 or $50. And just way out of my price range. So I went looking around and found this little guy at the local surplus store. It takes from 220 down to 110. So this is using inside a transformer to step down the voltage. It has the European ends on it, but luckily in my Banggood package there was this little adapter, travel adapter. This does not change voltage. This only changes pins, but it does fit on this. So if I put that in here, nice little red light, you can see that the voltage that I get out is 63.6, about half of the voltage, which is what we'd expect from a step-down transformer. But what we want to do is we want to go the other way. So let's see if we can get this apart and maybe change it around. Please excuse the multiple projects on the go. So in here I can see that there's two little covers on screw holes. So there's a way to get this apart. Oh, that's a fake thing or not? Let's see. Of course I don't have a flat screwdriver when I want one, do I? Alright, well, let's just see what's in behind those pegs first. Maybe that's something we can work with. Those came out easily. Two little Phillips head screws in there. As you guys watch the channel, you're going to find out that I'm all about finding the less expensive way to do it, because I don't have much in the way of income, and I have several children. So it feels like there's something maybe down the bottom holding that in. I wonder if I can get this little plug out. Oh, that's where the fuse is. Oh, looking behind. Can you see that in behind there? I take this fuse out. A nice third screw. There we go. I don't know what that's there for. Just a little baffle piece of plastic. It's a little odd. Alright, so you can see that this is just simply a transformer. So there's there's 5 leads on that. 2 of them going from one side. And this one coming out. So we'll have to tone those out. Oh, there's why. It's for the fuse too. There, that makes more sense. 3 leads in. Because we only want to step down one side. So the neutrals, you'll notice, goes from one side to the other side and here. So they're all tied together. And then we have the output side is here. And the input side is here. And that's fused across. So we take the input, fuse it, and then go in, and then the output. So the input is between here, and the output is between here. So if we will reverse these now, if I take this and make the output the white one, and move this red one over, then we should have the opposite. It should take 110 to 220. So I'm going to get my soldering tools out, and we'll see what we can wire up. Just by way of update, I took this apart just to see how it's put together. You notice there's no actual solder connection. These are just press fit. It's just held together with these 2 screws. And I also managed to get this apart a little better so we can see it. So we'll keep working on that and see what we can solder up. Let's see if we can get this off of here. Ooh, smoke, smoke. Go. We gotta get something down through here in a minute. Gotta see if we can get some solder over there after. So this will become our new hot to the 220. I also noticed that the ground wire on there is not connected, which I guess doesn't really matter because we're not putting in another ground. But we'll take this one over here, and I think we'll take this wire down to the LED off as well, and put that over onto the same 110 side, because I doubt if that LED will handle the 220. So there is what it's going to become, our 220. See if we can get that LED over there without burning ourselves too badly. There we go. Alright, clean it up a little bit and then solder. So this far, we've got this end wired on. Remember, I said I was going to extend this LED one up so we could solder them both on. I have this nice and cleaned out. But I don't like having loose wires like that hanging around, so make this a little longer, and then we'll put some heat shrink onto it. It should make this a lot safer inside. Nothing worse than having angry pixies, as AVE calls them, running around inside of here. Could be a little bit dangerous. There we go. And heat shrink that a bit. Nice and neat. Nice and safe. Alright, and then we'll wire these two into there and put her back together and give her a test. Alright, there it is together. Let's check some continuity here just to make sure we didn't hook things up all backwards. So we shouldn't have any this way. But from there to one of these we should have some sort of continuity. And we don't. Now with this side. No. This could be a problem. Well, let's just fire it up and see. I'll put the fuse back in and see if it goes kaboom. The light comes on, that's a good sign. Pan you up there. The light is on. I don't see any magic smoke yet. So let's see what we get out for AC volts. Nothing. Doesn't smell like it's bad. So we must have a short somewhere. Check her out inside again. Alright, so let's just check ourselves here. This, from this side, in here should have Yeah, we have something. So to this side, we do. Okay. So we should have it on this side. We do. We go this way. Don't have anything, but we should have nothing there. And that's what we expect. That's constant through. So, between these two should be some sort of connection. Let's measure the ohms through there. We got no connection. Alright, put it this way. Go short to there. And 150 ohms to there. And from this one, we know that's to there. Why do we not have a connection this way? Should be common, you think. But no. Nothing. Nothing there. So I'm going to have to check my math on this because I think I got something backwards. Well, I'm not sure what I did yesterday. Maybe I forgot to put the screw in or whatever, but I went on Google and checked out to see what was going on. And it looked like my calculations were right. So I came back out and looked at the circuitry, and I didn't have to change anything. I just put it back together. And I'll show you here. I'll show this is on AC volts. Let's see that. Let's put this in here. 121 volts this morning. And down here, 222. So it is working. It's great. So hopefully maybe sometime I'll put in a different connector or something instead of having to use this adapter. But for now, that will give me 220 so we can test my soldering iron. Let's see if she gets hot. It's this one here. So we'll stop this so I can zoom out and get this recentered. Alright, so I've got her plugged in. See if she gets hot enough to melt some solder. Smells like it's getting hot already. That's a good sign. Not hot yet. It definitely smells encouraging. It's going to be our test piece later. Not hot yet. Definitely taking a little while. Definitely smelling hot though. That's a good sign. A bit of smoke coming off of it. Must be burning off something. Almost there, I'd say. Definitely smoking though. We're waiting to see if this cleaning pin will fit down inside of that or not. That would be a bad thing if it didn't fit now, wouldn't it? So this is supposed to fit down in here. And it does. That's good. Wow, that's really starting to smoke. No, she's starting to melt solder. That's a good thing. So I wonder if it will desolder off here. So I've just depressed that. Zoom in. And get it a little bit more centered. Let's see if it'll desolder this or not. Yeah, that worked great. Let's do the next one. That looks like it successfully desoldered all of those. Let's do the other side. There we go. Now, if that worked, no, this is still soldered on. So the question is, where is it being held? Let's take a look here. Well, it's definitely not all the pins that are soldered anymore. I know which ones I can pull out. I don't know which ones to redo. That one's out. That one's out. That one's out. That one's out. That one's not. That one's not. That one's not. Oh, that one almost is. It wasn't there. So, we'll do those four there. Let's see if we got any more out or not. No. Oh, that one's out. There we go. Look at that. Unsoldered a whole pinwheel. That's great. So I'll be able to flip that over and put it on the way it was supposed to be put on. I think that pin was a little bent. Oh, probably from me pulling it out. Can fix that easy enough. Actually, I'll pull it probably easier to fix. Alright, so there's one out. That worked well. Let's take a look at this side. Let's see what's out or not. Doesn't seem like any of them are out on this side yet. So let's give her another go. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3. Those 3 are out. Might be just a little bit on the edges holding those in. Those actually feel like they're a little looser too. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. So that worked great. There. So we successfully desoldered 2 headers off of that board, which is great. Just clean this tip out, see what's got in there. Yeah, still plenty of clean space in there. Alright, so here we go. Shivvy tool. Hope that doesn't mean I'm supposed to stab somebody with it. Alright, so that is the SY365-8 from Banggood.com. It's a 220 volt desoldering tool. So after we fix the 110, 220 volt problem that we have here in Canada with those tools, you can see it worked great. So I highly give us a good thumbs up. Thanks.